Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching our videos on Hogwarts Legacy. We're back here with another video as we've dived into the game. We're only a couple of hours in. It is so far massive, a lot of fun, and we are enjoying it. So let's go over some of the things that we really like about it. We'll start with some of the pros, and then we'll go into some of the things we didn't really like so far. And then there's a couple of last minute things, and that'll be kind of the video for today. So I think the first thing I wanted to say about this is I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I've read all the books, I've seen all the movies, at least the original movies. Haven't seen some of the newer Fantastic Beasts movies, but I would say it is true to the source material. When you first arrive in Hogwarts, when you go into that world, the spell casting, it's better, honestly, than the movies to me. It's kind of a little bit more like what I would imagine when I was reading the books as a kid. The music is fantastic. The sound design is really good. You really just get that sense of wonder with some of the instruments they use. They don't just blast the John Williams Hedwig theme all the time. They have their own soundtrack. They have their own kind of little nods to the music that you might hear, like when you pick up a certain collectibles, you get kind of the bum bum ba bum, theme for a little bit. So it's there. Don't worry, it's there. When you first get to the castle, without spoiling too much, that's some of the cool stuff that you can see. So yeah, again, in spellcasting, people are saying stupefy, accio, all the spells that you would think of. You're gonna get this kind of a little bit of a con sometimes though, because they do yell their spells often. When you get Revelio, which is like the reveal spell, you're kind of just going to be spamming that a lot, because you need to reveal kind of hidden items. There's so many secrets and passageways and chests. There's just so much to do in Hogwarts itself that I've definitely been running around spamming Revelio, 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 and like your character doesn't always say it, but they do say it a good amount. So just get kind of used to that. It is, I would say, lore accurate, right? Like spoken spells have more power, so it makes sense in the lore of Harry Potter. Third here is really like the game looks good. They look good. It's really pleasing to the eye. There's a couple of different modes you can look at the footage in. So there's like a performance mode. There is high fidelity with ray tracing. Depending on your display, you might have a balanced mode. I've mainly been playing in balanced mode. I tried switching between the modes. Fidelity looks really nice with ray tracing, of course, but I really just wanted the higher frame rate. I just think it looks a lot better, and it's really noticeable when you go from high frame rate to better graphics and lower frame rate. I'm like, why does the game look a little laggy? I'm sure if you just start with lower frame rate, it'll be okay, but you can definitely tell when you're turning down the frame rate a little bit. So far, there's been very little bugs, which is awesome. There's some graphical glitches here and there, but I haven't really encountered anything game-breaking, nothing terrible in terms of technical glitches. I'll get into maybe some of the bugs that I've encountered a little bit later on. The story really interesting to me personally. The way it opened, I was like, dang, this is a banger. This is kind of like watching a movie. It's like watching your own Harry Potter movie, which is really cool that you create a character and are a part of. The professors and the cast so far seem really interesting. I can't wait to learn more about them. I can't wait to learn more about like the overarching story and like why you are joining as a fifth year and why it's what your like brand of magic is, right? Kind of like what's your specialty, why are you here, things like that. I would say Hogwarts is huge. The castle is literally 2 separate maps, and you have free reign of it all, which is crazy. You can just walk around, you could run around. There's a flu network, so you can fast travel. I've only used fast travel once for the most part. Having a lot of fun just like walking around the castle. You see Peeves, you see the ghosts, you see moving pictures. There's just so much to do. And as you learn more spells, you're going to have more to do in the castle because there's going to be more puzzles you can complete, more things you can do. I just got to Hogsmeade and got my wand, so that is, That's how far I am in. I'm sure you've probably seen early gameplay footage. You've probably seen some people even do that on streams. But yeah, Hogsmeade, pretty decent size, pretty awesome. And yeah, honestly, I woke up this morning and couldn't wait to dive back in and start playing again. Of course, I had to wait until after work, but after I'm done recording this, I think I'll get back into the game and start playing more. So, you know, it's not all 100% perfect game. No game is truly perfect, I would say. But some of the things I'm finding, like, okay, could be a bit better, or maybe it's not so great. Maybe some of the more cons. First thing is some of the facial animations for the characters, specifically the player character, honestly. Sometimes you're just like smiling, you know? Like, why is the character smiling? Like, it's like not like a smirk too, it's like a big smile. I'm like, okay, they're happy to see this professor, I guess. Sure. And then you could argue that some of the NPC face animations are maybe a little bit more wooden and stiff. Honestly, I think those look better than the weird like plastered grin your character will have sometimes. But that's just my preference. Maybe people think otherwise. Character customization, I thought was pretty good. I actually don't like things like, I don't know if you've played like Neo, or if you've played like a lot of MMOs where they let you have like a slider and you can create, or like Elden Ring where you can create like really ugly or really pretty or however many, you know, whatever character you want. Like, I get it, that freedom of choice is awesome. I personally just don't like spending a lot of time on character creation because I just want to play the game, but I want to like make someone that looks like cool enough or pretty enough, whatever, depending on what I'm playing as, if I'm like creating myself or creating someone else, a different character that I play as. And so in this sense, I felt like having those presets really helps. There's not really too many sliders. There's no sliders, I should say. What I will say is there's only two voices, which was kind of a letdown. So you have two voices, basically a guy and a girl, and you can change the pitch for both of those. And then you can pick if you're a witch or a wizard. So they do let you kind of customize as much as you want in that sense, but not really in the sense of like, hey, I wish I could have more tones or more different types of voices. Maybe I don't want to sound British, but I think it does kind of add to the immersion to be sounding kind of British for this game. The last thing is I really wish there was a dynamic HUD. In terms of like other open world games I've played, you know, Ghost of Tsushima is probably one of my favorite games because of just how minimalistic the HUD is. So you can kind of really take in the views, take in the action, and really just like soak it all in. And part of that is the HUD will just bleed away when you don't need it. If I'm not in action or I'm not doing something, it just kind of goes away. That doesn't exist in Hogwarts Legacy. So unfortunately, you have to manually go into the menu and toggle things you don't want to see in the HUD. But it would be amazing and magical, I should say, if it could just kind of like disappear and then reappear when you need it. Maybe they'll patch it in later. I wouldn't necessarily hold our breath for that, but it would be pretty cool. And on that note, because there's no dynamic HUD, I'm going to move into some of the things that, you know, aren't necessarily a con, but it would be really nice to have. Photo mode. I'm kind of surprised because I feel like a lot of the open world or bigger AAA games have a photo mode in them. Even Pokemon has a photo mode, and no offense to Scarlet and Violet, love the game, but you know, with all the bugs and kind of the graphical quality, it's a little like, okay, why is there like a selfie mode kind of thing? But I did take a lot of pictures with it, so clearly I use photo mode when it's there. Same with like Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, again, used a lot of the photo mode there, Horizon Zero Dawn, etc. Really think this game could use it because there's some beautiful vistas. I'd love to take a picture of the castle. It'd be really cool to take a picture later on when I'm able to fly around, I'm sure. But instead I'm just spamming screenshot on the PlayStation controller and trying to get the right, you know, pose can be a little difficult that way. And then the last thing is like just a complaint probably of just broader gaming, but there are a lot of promotional items. So there's like a couple things that you only get if you pre-order, and depending on which version you pre-ordered. I got the digital deluxe version for PlayStation 5 for about like $80 or something, so I could play early, which is how I've been playing it so far. As long with I think you get like the Dark Arts pack and some of the cool a different exclusive mount or something. I haven't unlocked mounts, so I can't really tell you which one it is. But yeah, I mean, and then there's Twitch drops, so you have to watch the developer stream, which I did today. I was kind of scuffed, but you have to watch 20 minutes of it. Um, and they're doing their best. It's clearly a little bit newer for them, but yeah, there's that. And you have to watch like I think 120 minutes in total, just overall Hogwarts Legacy streams to get other items, which are they're all aesthetics. So it's like Merlin's cloak or this lilac suit or something, and it's like they're cool, but it's interesting because you also have to connect your Wizarding World account to get a specific type of robe and a mask if you want that. So again, it's kind of the trend in gaming nowadays where they're just trying to do everything to market it, and they're just trying to figure out how we can get more people involved or hyped up or interested and just get more eyeballs on this. So there's Twitch drops, a very common thing. Same with linking accounts and things like that, or pre-ordering. I think we're all familiar with all of that, but it is a little annoying because sometimes you're just like, I just want to play the game. I don't want to just have to sit there and kind of spoil myself by watching some gameplay. Of course, a lot of times what I do is I just turn the volume down to like 1 and put in another window or something and call it a day. But there's definitely some issues with like linking the account from Hogwarts Legacy to redeem your items, or even not very clear that after you watch the Twitch streams, you redeem the drops on Twitch, and then you have to go to your Warner Brothers account basically, and on the Hogwarts Legacy page, and redeem those there, and then link your account. So again, it's a little bit of a pain. They definitely make you jump through some hoops here, but I think that's just the way gaming is nowadays, unfortunately. Maybe we'll do a video about why that happens, or why it's kind of a pain, but I get it. And I think in closing here, I think Hogwarts Legacy is awesome. Really excited to play more. I know last video we talked about why we should be a little bit more worried about Hogwarts Legacy because of the developer. But honestly, the developer knocked it out of the park. I'm astonished they were able to do this well. If you've seen some of the other reviews out there, I think generally speaking, this game is a success in the sense of people generally like it. It broke record-breaking, I think, viewership right now on Twitch. Part of that is probably drops. So, clearly it's popular. There's lots of things going on with it, but we're super excited for it. I'm really happy it's here. It's kind of the Harry Potter game we've all waited for, and I say this again, not as a big Harry Potter fan. It's fun, it's awesome, and I can't wait to play more because it's just so compelling. Like, the story really hooks you in. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Let us know what you're looking forward to, or if you've played the game, what you think some of the pros and cons are, what are your favorite things, and yeah, hopefully they add a photo mode. Thanks so much. Take care.